Today's episode is sponsored by my very good friend, Petra, Kolb. Hello and welcome once again to Film Pro Productivity and Success, the podcast that helps film professionals and other creative people to live a more focused, effective and happy life. My name is Carter Ferguson and this is episode 71, Mission Creep. High performers seek clarity. They work hard to sift out distractions so they can't just focus, but continually refocus on what really matters. Jeff Haden, unquote. Now, Oprah Winfrey starts every meeting in the same way. She says, "What is our intention for this meeting? What's important here? What matters?" And she says this because it's all too easy for a meeting to get derailed, to stray off topic and to flounder. Great meetings result in decisions. What, who, when, clear direction, clear accountability. And that's much easier to achieve when you start a meeting the right way, by clearly stating intentions and then sticking to them. That's how Oprah gets things done. Today I want to raise your awareness of mission creep. And although you might not recognise the term, I am sure you will recognise its effects. Mission creep happens when a commitment strays beyond an original agreement. The Merriam-Webster dictionary defines it as a gradual broadening of the original objectives of a mission or organisation. The term was originally applied exclusively to military operations, but has recently been applied to other industries that involve people with a vested interest in a stated goal or desired outcome. And this is something that I think is particularly prevalent in the creative industries because we're creating things in effect from nothing most of the time. And I've certainly worked on, I'd reckon that probably 50% of the projects that I've worked on that are a free-flowing creative project have grown arms and legs somewhere along the way, and they've had to be kind of curtailed in a way in order to get the project done and get it done on time. But I'm already going off track. I'm letting mission creep let me go off my notes. Mission creep, in effect, will pull your time and resources away from any goal which you have agreed to work towards. And as I say, for freelancers working in the creative fields, this can result in real frustration, I think, as we are asked to do more and more work in a project, usually for the same money and in the same time frame. And I'd point out too that as we work on our own creative projects, where there aren't others involved, we can also easily become sidetracked if we aren't careful. Avrum Lapin points out that mission creep can become a charismatic hitchhiker whose outstretched thumb is hard to resist, unquote. I should mention too what mission creep is not. It is not a strategic decision to change plans after discussion or serious thought. It's called creep for good reason. It creeps up on you and it can be very difficult to shake off. Benjamin Franklin said that an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And that saying is as true today as when he said it or when it was written. Preventing mission creep is easier and often far less costly than fixing problems it causes once they arise. I find that a strong and focused mission is probably the best defence against mission creep. When you agree to work on a project, you should be very specific about where your responsibilities begin and end. Then, if mission creep starts to occur in whatever project it is, then you will be in a stronger position to renegotiate or pass on those new responsibilities or costs to someone else. And I've known many a slippery employer who has led me down a rabbit hole of increased workload for absolutely no additional pay. It's an awful position to be in. So set out the terms before you start the work, or believe me, you will be taken advantage of. And I have covered this sort of thing in the Collaborators episode and elsewhere. Try and get contracts, folks. Read your contracts. Understand what you're getting asked to do. And I should add as well that about the collaborators, that I've also known many a slippery collaborator who will pile more and more of usually the administrative or less creative work onto me, whilst they enjoy the more creative work and treat me as some form of secretary. So look to my earlier episode on collabo haters for more on this topic. It's a crazy, crazy thing. But even if you're working on your own project, as I said, setting out and writing the specifics of your task or your goal may be the only way to keep you focused and on track. So when you begin a new project, make a plan based on your vision, what you want it to be, and set out a specific goal. Without that, written down, as I say, you will wander. Certainly, also, you'll prolong it, and most likely you will fail in your endeavour. Saying no, though, is probably your most valuable weapon when it comes to mission creep. So be careful what you're being asked to do and with whom you do business. If you are aware that things are being sidetracked, though, if you're in that situation, then bring things back on target and say no to anything that leads you off track or expands the work. And I should have mentioned this before. I accidentally re-released the episode about saying no, why I can't remember the name of it, episode 2 it was, why saying no is so important. That accidentally get re-released because I'm refurbishing a whole load of SEO, a whole load of content that's online, and rather than that just updating the episode 2, it ended up going out again or differently at a later date. So you've randomly got episode 2 about 4 episodes ago. I apologise. It was an error, but it's an error I just can't fix. But to finish up here on mission creep, I'll just add that it's kind of inevitable, so you should expect it to keep surfacing. There are countless external and internal pressures that will cause mission creep in the absence of strong and intentional pushback, that high-level thinking, that awareness of it. So stay focused, stay on target, and keep asking yourself those questions raised by Oprah Winfrey. What is your intention? What is important? And what matters? And thank you once again for joining me here today. These episodes are shorter, as you'll be aware, in this season. These are kind of the length the episodes were in season 1, and I've really pulled it back to this so I can get the information across to you quickly and also make my life easier while I'm recording them. Some of the episodes were getting out of hand. And if you like what you hear, then please don't forget to subscribe. And if you have the time and the inclination, then write me a review on your favourite listening app as well. That would be greatly appreciated. In the next episode, I'll be talking about the SMART system of goal setting. And I've talked about it before, and some of you will already be aware of it, but it comes up so often in conversation for me that I feel that we probably all need a little refresher. That episode will go into greater detail than ever before and also look at how the SMART system of goal setting can be implemented successfully. I'll end now with the words of Nina Johnson, who said, "In project management, scope creep is the number one killer of success. Now take control of your own destiny. Keep on shooting. Don't let your mission get sidetracked or expand due to inattention. And join me next time on Film Pro Productivity and Success." The music that you can hear right now is Adventures by Himitsu. View the show notes for this episode on the official website, only on the official website at filmproproductivity.com. And you can follow my personal accounts on Twitter and Instagram at fight_director, or you can follow the official account on Twitter at filmproprodpod, or on Facebook at filmproproductivity. Please support the show, continue to support the show by subscribing, spreading the word, and leaving an awesome review.